Everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports, Two Men On with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM
There we
and
go.
AM 610,
Are you
the
good then?
Sports Animal.
It's Tuesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means?
Yeah, it is.
Well, that means the boys only work till 6 o'clock anymore.
Well,
the rest of
okay.
the summer, the whole summer.
Early off summer. Let's go. I mean, why though? Why are we getting off early?
Isotopes baseball, brother. It's opening day here. Home opener for the Isotopes.
Isotopening day.
Did you just create that?
Hey, somebody write this down. Make that a shirt.
Did you just create that?
Make that a shirt.
Speaking of,
No.
little off-screen spoiler for some, the new Two Men On T-shirt for season 5 has been designed. Van designed it last night, so if you want one of those, they're not available today, but we're gonna make them at some point. So
We got to make them before June 1st.
yeah, it's coming up.
That's our birthday.
It's coming up. Excited to be here. June 1st, also our Van-iversary.
Correct.
We'll talk about that at length. Van,
We
read
will. Way too much.
Van, read my T-shirt. What does my T-shirt say?
That says New Mexico baseball.
That's what we got.
Yeah. Where do the Albuquerque Isotopes play?
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Where do the Mariachis play?
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay. Where do the Duke
No, sorry.
Cities?
Albuquerque, Nuevo Mexico.
Thank you. Where do the
Yeah.
Duke Cities play?
The Duke Cities?
Yeah.
Duke City.
Okay, great. Where do the UNM Lobos play?
I believe Albuquerque, New
That is,
Mexico.
yep, that is correct.
Okay.
Where do the Aggies play?
Las Cruces.
And the Cowboys
New
and the
Mexico.
Greyhounds and the Mountaineers and all little leaguers
Ooh,
and
what's a Mountaineer? Which
and-
one's that one?
the Mustangs is what I meant.
Okay.
And with also the one where they do in Farmington, what's that one called?
Oh,
Connie Mack. Where's
the-
Connie Mack play?
the Four Corners.
Yeah, where do they play? New Mexico?
I believe so.
Baseball's back, baby. Let's go.
So unbelievably stoked.
Where do the Oat Milkers play?
Sweden? Maybe? Is this Swedish?
Happy April 1st to all. Isaiah Johnson back in the studio. Isaiah, how are you?
Doing terrible.
Oh, you want to talk it out?
Oh,
You wanna talk it out?
Not April Fool's.
April Fool's.
Okay, good one.
Oh,
All right, got us.
Got me
Got-
good.
Put us in our place.
It's about to give you the number to my therapist.
Yeah. You got us the way that Morgan Wallen got that liberal fan base of Saturday Night Live over the
Ooh,
weekend.
boom.
Got him.
Roasted.
Walked off.
Dang, walked away
Yeah.
early.
I'm like Mookie Betts in the bottom of the 10th. Walking off.
You'll never recover from this,
Yeah.
Lorne Michaels.
Why is Joe Jonas here all of a sudden? Why?
Did Jack White just come and stand with him at the last second so they could finish?
Hey, Morgan, we're going to need you in the sketch. I don't know, man. There any black people in it?
Yeah. As long as you get Keenan and Ego out of this thing, I'm on board.
Hey, I can't wait to fly my private jet back to God's country.
Ooh.
Like, what?
Dang.
That's the weekend it was. I'm still Van, sitting in first place in every single bracket pool that exists that we are in. How do you feel about that?
First off, I'm proud of you.
Yep.
I'm in your corner.
Thank
I'm
you.
on your team. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, we are a team.
Number one, I'm rooting for me.
Yep. Well, always first.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I had Tennessee, and that one stung a little extra.
Oh,
That one
gosh.
stung a little harder because I picked Tennessee over my loving mother, Sandra K. Nunley, her alma mater, the Houston Cougars. Tennessee had the worst shooting performance of the entire year.
You really,
And they saved it for the last minute.
you really picked them because of Arrested Development.
Yeah. Tennessee.
Tennessee. That's a certified banger.
That is a certified banger.
Today's I-9
And
varsity.
I'm also digging through the crates on that one, Fred.
Today's I-9 varsity about states. Songs
am-
about states.
Proud of you, Fred, for your standing in the bracket challenge, and I'm proud of you for picking up on that Arrested Development reference.
Yeah.
So good.
I got you.
So good.
Today's I-9 Varsity. I-9 Varsity of songs about states.
Ooh, okay. I
We're
like
gonna,
this
all right,
one.
what time slot can we put that in? Because we got a lot of guests today, Van. Who's joining us on the program?
Oh, we got that Shunky Monkey, Aaron Shunk, coming on in
Aaron
the 4
Shunk?
o'clock hour.
Let's go.
Regular contributor to the program.
Yeah.
In the 5 o'clock hour, Mr. Everything here at the Isotopes, Mariachis, Oat Milkers, Duke City Cheeseburgers,
Yep.
Forrest Stolting.
Hey, hold up.
And of course, we close it out
Bump him.
with Sushi Boy,
Josh
Sushant.
Sushant joining us at 6 o'clock.
voice of the Isotopes.
So we got a player, we got a personnel, and we got the voice.
the voice.
It's pretty good. Now, a lot of people today, ignorant people, okay, idiots, because I do recognize that we live here
Yes.
where 300 days a year are sunshine.
Yeah.
And
Way more than that.
what-
It's like 3:30.
hey, Siri, is Van a liar? Let's just check something.
Oh,
real quick.
okay.
Sorry, she doesn't understand.
Please clarify
Yeah, that
which
was-
van is a liar.
So this one.
Okay.
And I recognize that it's some overcast today. I'm not confused. But you know what I'm looking at, Van? Fully erect. I'm looking at fully erect flags in the outfield.
Yes. They are going hard right now.
They are blowing
I got some good news for you,
to the
though,
outfield grass.
Isotopes fans. This is like a 300-foot tall building.
Yeah.
It's going to block the wind.
Where we are, there is limited to no wind.
There's no wind.
And you can't spell Isotopes win without wind.
Watch here. Hold on. Describe what I'm doing.
I might have said it backwards.
Okay, ready?
Okay. So you licked your finger, you touched your tonsil with your index finger,
Yeah, that's
And
not. It's a tongue, actually.
and now you're holding it up to the air
Yep.
the way that Shooter McGavin would before he hit a long drive.
Just the itty bitty bittest
yeah.
of little breezy boys
Yeah.
on the concourse.
You are
Almost nothing.
a big fan of the itty bitty bittis club.
Mm-hmm. Itty bitty bitty committee.
First
is what I'm
pitch,
in.
that's
No.
what you always say. First pitch is
Mhm.
6:35 tonight. Come out, hang out, opening night at Isotopes Park.
All right, split the difference.
All right,
The interweb says 310.
let's go.
I rounded up to 330.
Closest
so-
without going over. Classic
Yeah.
Price is Right rules. Not only am I ahead of you in the bracket pool, I'm ahead of you in every single thing.
Not cool outfits.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
currently
looking pretty fresh.
all right. You look terrible.
There's a big problem. I put on my mariachi Mexican blanket giveaway from 2 years ago,
okay,
and it looked like a literal Mexican blanket on me.
like a drug rub.
I became skinny van again.
Oh, I don't like that.
I got jacked the last 2
No,
years,
you did not.
and I wasn't a fan of. I got up to 200 pounds, 13% body fat. That is a muscular dude.
You don't know those numbers to be true.
Yeah, I had them measured because I was part of a weird program that tracked all my results. And I hated eating all that food, so I went and got skinny again. I'm skinny van again.
Eric Olin was announced today at a press conference as the new head basketball coach of your UNM Lobos. I did not go. You did not go. Carlos Tenorio was there. It was well attended, was my perception. Looks like the reception was pretty good of he being there.
Agree.
So people are excited. He was scheduled to join us on the program today. Just got the text minutes before the show. He's currently meeting with the realtor to buy a house.
Important.
Yeah, pretty important.
You gotta live somewhere.
So he is going to join us.
Just got a big hug from my favorite usher here, Miss Marilyn.
He's going to join us later this week. It was assured to me
Okay.
from UNM. So
No rush. Hey, find a place to
find
live.
a place to live.
Get a roof over your head.
Number one, live somewhere. Number two, otherwise. We're at the ballpark. We're going to talk a ton.
we got a big enough homeless problem here in Albuquerque.
What are you doing?
We don't need to extend it to our head basketball coach.
You bringing politics into this thing?
Well, not the biggest Morgan Wallen fan, but I'll just a sprinkle. Just a sprinkle.
Yeah.
Just a sprinkle.
Also,
You fellas seeing this Tiger Woods stuff? This has got to be an April Fool's joke, right? For sure it is.
I didn't see
See,
whatever you're talking
You're
about.
awful at disseminating
Yeah.
information and deciding what's true on the internet, but I guess give it to us.
He put this is his official account.
Okay.
This
He's
is
talking
at
about
6:43 a.m. he
Donald
put this
Trump
out.
Jr.'s ex-wife.
No, he says, I can't believe I'm saying this, but a few weeks after rupturing my left Achilles, the sleeping in a hyperbaric chamber, plus the explosive lifts, my doctors and trainers have me ready to play the Masters next week. Can't wait. See y'all on the course. This would be like Aaron Rodgers
That's not
times 100.
It's not real.
That's not it.
It's from his account. It's got 6 million followers.
P.S.
He wouldn't even be ready if he replaced his Achilles with Usain Bolt's Achilles. He would still not be ready.
He did say, P.S. April Fools, my Achilles is still a mess.
Yeah, it's not a good.
And then,
it's not a good joke.
And then put out a opening for a TGR learning lab in Philadelphia. So,
Oh, what's a TGR?
I'm not sure that's what he says.
TGL.
TGL.
Today I'm
the
excited
golf.
to
Tomorrow's
open
golf league.
Our TGR learning lab in Philadelphia, combining my
I
passions
don't know
for
that.
supporting youth.
Yeah, no, I
education,
mean,
and golf.
okay, I mean, we get it. I mean, the only good,
Didn't know what it was.
like the only good April Fool's jokes are when food brands put their label on non-traditional things. Like Dr. Pepper did Dr. Pepper Tic Tacs today.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, I love, in February, corporations turn black. In June, corporations turn gay.
Yeah.
April 1st, they turn funny for one day.
Mm-hmm. Tabasco put out a milk today.
Okay.
That's funny. That's a funny thing. Husqvarna put
You had us all believe In-N-Out was coming to Albuquerque this morning. He did it a little early. He did it too early for it to really soak in that it was.
Well, they already announced that they're coming. Like, what is the joke?
Yeah, but it's going to be like 5 years.
Yeah, it's like 2 years from now or something.
Well, no, there's a picture that says coming soon, and there's like a picture of an In-N-Out sign on the gate. Now, it's not from Albuquerque. That's just a picture that was sent to our phones, like me and Jeff.
I mean, 2 or 3 years is soon if you're a Highlander.
It says here 2027 is when it's coming. I mean, that's like pretty soon.
That's super soon.
That's like 2 years.
Be patient.
You think they know where?
Why do you want everything tomorrow? You can't have everything tomorrow. Chill out.
Yeah, it's my understanding it's gonna be in the South Campus area because they have that tax incentive. So, I mean, but I don't know, kind of a joke, I guess. I mean, I think it's gonna kill a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people. I mean, if you can have Christmas every day, then I guess technically food-wise, you can have Christmas every day here. Never mind.
Sure, you can. You're not talking about ham and potatoes and the stuffing. You're talking about red and green chili on the same plate.
A good April Fool's joke today would be if eggs cost less than $5. That would be a good one. Can you put that one there?
When was the last time Arizona iced tea was more than $1?
Never.
When was the last time eggs were $1? 1984.
Do Arizona iced teas cost more than $1? Is that a real thing?
Some places they do.
No, there's no way because it says 99 cents on the bottle. Like, how would you sell it for more than that?
Stickers?
No.
Sure.
Part of their advertising thing is that it says it's printed on the label.
I know you have like a very firm moral center, and you don't.
Yeah, part's true.
You don't go to a lot of sketchy places, but I go to some pretty dangerous bodegas where you don't dare tell them what to price their consumer goods.
So where I grew up, those are called bulletproof bodegas.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, they sell Arizona iced tea for whatever hell price they want.
When I used to live with you, that bulletproof bodega that was over by your house in neighborhood that we won't describe, that one is what made me feel like I was at home.
I regret not buying one of those velvet paintings of Marilyn Monroe when she had like a Day of the Dead face on her. It's one of my biggest regrets for my whole entire 43 years on this planet.
We all have regrets.
Sure.
Ton going on in the world of sports. We're going to hit on all of that whenever we get back. Major League Baseball is as good as it has ever been. We will go into length on that. Obviously, all the Lobo updates. Eric Olin not joining us today. Will join us later in the week, so that will be excellent. I want sports fan, friend of the show, fan of us, to take a second today, April 1st. Home opener for the Isotopes.
Mm-hmm.
If you're driving, if you're upset about the weather, if whatever you got going on in your world, know that if you want today to escape from it all, you can come right down here to Isotopes Park. I think it costs it's like $20 to get in. I have no idea what it costs to get in. It's not a lot. Come in, say hello to us, let it all out. Summer is here. It is officially started regardless of the windy day.
So stoked.
It's Two Men On live for the first time this year, and for a lot more, Isotopes Ballpark, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to Two Men On. We're live at Isotopes Park. Ton going on today in the world of sports. The absolute best April Fool's of the day was today's Immaculate Grid van.
Oh,
Did
was
you
it
see
now?
it?
I did not.
So you're familiar with Immaculate Grid. It's the 9-square game on Immaculate Grid.
Yeah.
So it was down the left-hand side, it was played major leagues, and then down on the right-hand side, it was played major leagues. So
How'd you do?
9 out of 9.
All right.
That's my
Congratulations.
first perfect in a long time.
Did you just put guys who only played one game in the major leagues? 'Cause that's how you rack up the points.
That's
the
a good
least known answer. You could have done the Immaculate Grid with players who only got called up for one game and never played again, and you would have absolutely crushed it.
Who is the most famous only played one game?
Little tiny dude.
Eddie Goodell.
Yeah, Eddie
It's
Goodell.
Eddie Goodell.
Eddie Goodell. There you go.
100%.
Yep.
Him or Moonlight Graham.
It's a good one.
They're like the two.
Doc Ellis only played one game.
Sober.
On acid.
Okay.
Hey, fun fact. You look up his name in the phone book. You know what it says? Ellis D.
That's sweet.
Yes, it is. Very weird.
Eddie Goodell. I don't know if enough people know the Eddie Goodell story, and they should.
They outlawed.
He was banned.
Yeah, it was banned, and anyone of his stature was banned for like 100 years until Jose Altuve.
That's okay. They're similar. I'm trying to find his official height. I'm looking it up here. So
4'3".
for the hit, this is a good one for Isaiah. He don't know anything about this. So it would have been 1950, 1951, and the St. Louis Browns were. This is Bill Veeck, right? Bill Veeck is the owner of the St. Louis Browns, and he is carny.
Sure.
He is the get people into the stands, whatever. And Eddie Goodell is 3'10".
Sure. Teeny tiny little guy.
Is that correct? I can't find his official height. So Eddie Goodell, 3'7". I got it right here. 60 pounds. And he is what you would, I believe at the time, legally describe as a midget.
Okay.
And I believe you would still describe that way if he was a pro wrestler. Otherwise, I don't know the terminology. So Bill Veeck, brought in Eddie Goodell to pinch hit in a double header for the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
He pinch hits, obviously draws a walk because the strike zone is literally an inch.
Yeah. Not only was he 3'7", he crouched down to like 2'8".
And he did. It was like the Jeff Bagwell way back on one knee. He was right-handed, so way back on his right knee. And the way it's written in the rule book, your batting stance is in your normal like stance. So like if you go up and you squat down real low for one pitch, they're not going to count that.
Right.
But if you go up and your natural stance is miniatured,
sure,
that's your strike zone. So he goes up, draws base on balls in 4 pitches, and then they yank him from the game, pinch runner comes in, and the next day, Major League Baseball's like, no.
Never again.
Never, ever.
Never again. You got us on that one. Never again.
His job, this is real. His job before he played professional baseball for the St. Louis Browns for one plate appearance was he was a riveter for World War II airplanes because he could get into the tiny places and rivet the planes easily.
Didn't he have like a part-time job of getting shot out of a cannon? I know a lot of this is lore, but it's like the story goes like he was shot out of a cannon at a carnival the day before, and then he puts on the uniform the next day.
He was an immigrant from Lithuania. And like, so any of that
big Sabonis guy.
Carney, any of that stuff. But managed an apartment store, worked as a parking lot checker. I mean, he was the thing. He literally lived in the backyards of homes in like Cook County, which is Chicago. Like this dude has the wildest story. There you go. Now you have it.
They need to make a Eddie Goodell story starring a CGI Danny DeVito. Must watch.
That whole team was a publicity stunt. And like post World War II, so this is 51. So post World War II, baseball was back. You know, there was no more.
They set the playbook for every minor league team throughout the history of baseball coming after them.
In the doubleheader, between the games, I believe this to be real, not folklore. He came out of a paper mache cake to the crowd. like Mountain Dew, Macho Man, Presidente, Terry Crews. God, that's so funny. Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay. So it was advertised as a festival of surprises featuring a midget and a cake. This is real. This is 100% what baseball used to be. And now we're talking about bowling pin bats or what torpedo bats. Baseball is now for loser nerds.
Which I need to order one. I want to hit with one.
I want to write a poem about Goodell at the plate. Like, that's what I want.
Hey, Chat GPT. Write me a Morgan Wallen-inspired country song about Eddie Goodell.
Frank Saucier was the pitcher for the Detroit Tigers. There you go. I just don't know, dude. If you were to do this today, do you know how well that jersey would sell?
It'd be incredible.
It'd be incredible. Yeah, and then they literally filed the contract that morning for him to play ball. So, wild.
I wonder if he got paid more to jump out of the cake or taken at bat. Or if it's all just like rolled into the same contract.
So the vision was he was going to go on to score. That was going to be the plan. We step away to come back. We got a fun guest after the break. You listen to Two Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. on the home opener. And joining us is, well, at least Van's favorite isotope, Aaron Shunk. Let's go. Welcome, brother.
What's up, fellas?
Good to have you. Good to have you back. Welcome back to Albuquerque.
Thank you, thank you.
You missed it while you're gone?
I did.
Yeah.
I missed Albuquerque.
It's nice.
Yeah. I missed the desert. Missed the mountains.
It's dry.
Got the dust storm out today. Rolled out the red carpet for us.
The lefties are looking forward to that win today.
Oh, just hit it in the air. Hit it in the air and run. That's what I'm telling everybody today.
We were talking during the commercial break a little bit about college basketball before we talked baseball. You were talking about how you like it more in the pro game right now. And I think I'm now at like the little tipping point where I think I like the pro game more. I think I just recently got to that because I think in my bracket, sitting in first place, Van, in our pool, proves college basketball a little too predictable for me right now.
Well, you went all chalk.
I know. Who are you watching? You watching all your SEC teams? You a big fan of that stuff?
Yeah, I watch those guys. Honestly, it's just anybody that's a good matchup. I enjoy watching those games that come out and they're just firing at each other. I think it was the Xavier game, either the first or second round. They came out and it was just like a dogfight for like the first 10 minutes. I think it was like 25-25 after like 6 minutes. They were getting after it. It was sick.
That's what changed. Like that's the tournament play of college. That's the difference in NBA playoffs. NBA playoffs just slow down.
Yeah.
It becomes a grind. Like Oklahoma City is going to struggle in matchups because they can't just get out in front and run and do all that crazy stuff. That's the world of basketball, right?
Yeah, college basketball is fun. You throw on like 4 games on a screen, just flip to the one that's like closest towards the end, just bounce around. It's a fun time.
Aaron Shunk joining us on the program, regularly plays the middle infield for the Isotopes. Got the day off today. Traveled yesterday. Did you show up to the ballpark yesterday or no?
Just to pick up some cars.
Oh, okay.
Cars got shipped in from Arizona yesterday, so brought one of my roommates over to grab his vehicle.
Nice. So then, all right, so after musical cars, you get the day off, you get reacclimated, and now you're ready for the home opener. Obviously, you talk a ton about the fans at this level, the PCL. You talk a lot about Isotopes Park. How excited are you to be back out in front of them?
Oh, I mean, super pumped.
Yeah.
These guys come out. I feel like we got one of the best showings in the PCL.
Yeah.
And so they love Isotopes baseball, and it's a lot of fun playing when you got their voices behind you.
Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park's absolutely incredible. It's wild to me that you guys are playing at a nicer stadium than 2 major league teams right now.
Yeah, that's a funky situation going on up top right now. Yeah. But man, RGCU got some cosmetic facelifts that you can see out here, and then there's a lot of stuff that actually got done behind the scenes that turned out really great. Locker room looks awesome, new cafeteria area, and they redid some of the cages.
Yeah.
They did the weight room, training room. Everything's looking really good. So looking forward to a good season.
How long does it take hitters to catch up with pitchers at the beginning of a season?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
You don't want to put the pitchers out, because they're your friends.
Yeah.
So especially when you're facing them right at the beginning of the year, but usually the pitchers have the advantage coming off off the off season. Yeah. Just because you can build up your arm, get thrown really hard, and it's really hard to simulate seeing a live arm in the off season. So they usually have the advantage for a little bit and kind of catches up pretty quick. It's not too long.
Is there like an at-bat number? Is there like a number of games?
It's more of a feel thing, like guy to guy, So like one guy might need like just one day of the first spring training game where he gets 3-4 at bats and that locks him back in.
Oh, okay.
And for other guys, it takes kind of the whole spring to get there. So there's those guys that come out and they kind of roll right off the bat, and then there's the guys that kind of get off to slow starts, and that's an annual thing for guys. So
right at the end of spring training, right before regular season starts, what are those things you're looking at in your game? What are you working on? What are you tinkering at the last minute?
Yeah, last minute, it's just do I feel good in the box? Am I seeing the ball well? Am I swinging at the right pitches? Am I stubborn in my approach? That's kind of like the offensive plan. Defensively, it's like how close am I to being completely polished at whatever I'm doing for that year? So like last 2 years, it's been come in and be ready to play second, short, third. So am I doing all the stuff I need to every day to be ready at all 3 of those positions? Double play turns, footwork, feed. So that's kind of how I look at it defensively.
Aaron Shunk with us on the program, talking a little bit about the game on the field, talking about the start to the year, talk about 2025. there's all kinds of stuff going on here with the organization. There's a lot of talent up at the major league level. There's a lot of talent here at the AAA level. I think it's the most talent that I've seen in my 5 years broadcasting here. Do you guys feel that around the clubhouse?
Yeah. I guess I'm kind of one of the old guys now, a little bit. So
season 27.
Yeah, feels weird saying that, being only 27. So, but no, it's really cool. Got a lot of the young prospects here, in the arms and the bats. Like offensively and defensively, we got a lot of the young guys here. So, we definitely like noticed that, and now it's just about coming together as a group. Friday was our first game as a team together. So like we had a lot of us in spring training that didn't play all together. So that was our first game as a team. So now it's just kind of learning each other's tendencies, meshing as a group, and then trying to take off here in the PCL this year.
Every Isotopes has a chance to make the big league roster and get promoted fast. Like they like to promote from within. They like to, train from within. You look at the Rockies roster, it's Chris Bryant and then a bunch of Isotopes, right? So in the locker room, in the dugout, are you guys looking up and down like, hey, these guys did it, I'm right here, I'm up next?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And honestly, not looking too far ahead of yourself, and not watching what's going on up there, focusing on your day-to-day. That's the biggest thing, is knowing that you're a phone call away, step away. Saw it last year a lot. Called up a lot of Isotopes last year. So that's the big thing, is now that I can impart that wisdom on some of the younger guys, is like, don't push it, don't force it. Don't be too focused on what's going on up at that level, because as long as you're getting your stuff done here, you're going to have a good shot.
All right, speaking of getting called up, first major league home run. Do you remember anything about it, or is it just a blur?
No, I remember every step. There's nothing about that one that I'll forget. So
beautiful. You want to walk us through it?
Yeah, honestly, it started early work that day. I got out there with Bam Bam, our hitting guy, and was hitting hard machine early. Was tinkering on some stuff with my swing, and it bled into the game. Had a good game, overall. But yeah, first pitch, I was getting up there and I was like, like if he gives me that heater, the one that I've been working on this during pregame, if I get that one, I'm gonna try and go for it. And kind of ran like a 2-seamer in, ended up a ball off the plate, but I'd already made my move to it. And
nice.
As soon as it hit the bat, I knew it. It was one of those ones where it just disappears and sounds like a gunshot in your ears.
Love it.
Aaron Shunk with us. We're talking with the Shunky Monkey himself, enjoying a little bit of time at the ballpark. 2025 is what for you? It's the year that you establish yourself as a everyday go at it guy. It's the year you become a mentor guy. It's the year what for Aaron Shunk?
For me, it's a go out there and enjoy where my feet are.
Love that.
Be where my feet are, guy. It's really easy to look for the next thing, look at the next step, where you want to be. And you gotta be where your feet are before you get to that spot. So my whole goal for this year is to enjoy every day, every piece of where I'm at, and see where that leads me.
Of all the new guys, because there's a lot of turnover here at the Isotopes. Who's that guy that's impressed you so far, that stood out that you didn't know before from?
That's a good one. Honestly, Ryan Ritter is a guy that stands out for me. Haven't gotten to play much with him, other than some spring games and stuff. But I like the way he approaches the game. I like the way he approaches his day. I think it's a professional approach. And I'm excited to see what he's going to do this year. I think he's got some really good tools.
Awesome.
So 6th professional season. Obviously, COVID was weird, so however that works out. How small have you got your travel down to? Is it just one carry-on now? Do you have it so figured out?
Are you talking about for the season, or when I go on the road?
When you go on the road, yeah.
Oh, when I go on the road, yeah, I got it dialed in. It's one suitcase.
Yeah.
I basically live out of it for the whole season. I wash what I need to wash, and then it cycles right back into the suitcase. But yeah, I got that dialed in pretty good. 44 pounds. I got it locked in. Yeah.
I had one the other day. I was traveling. I put on my shirt and I got the littlest red. I don't know, pasta. I don't know what this thing is on my shirt. And I realized I'm really good at cleaning in a bathroom sink. I'm the guy who can get this out.
I got a Tide pin in my backpack. I'm ready for it all now.
Bring on all comers. There you go. Final words, brother, before we cut you loose. Just give us what baseball is right now to you.
In general,
Yeah.
like where the game's at or where it is for me.
How about both, right? Because I think baseball is better than it's ever been right now.
I think baseball's fun right now. I think there's a lot of young guys that are bringing a lot of excitement for the younger generation of fans. I think we're at kind of a turning point where we still got a lot of the older guys watching the game that are a little freaked out by all
got some
the
opinions,
sliding mitts and the Jazz Chisholm covers and stuff like that, and but then you have all the young kids that love that part of the game. So I think baseball's in a really good spot. I think the offense is really good. I think the pitching is really good. I think the torpedo bats are weird.
They're weird.
Beat me to it. Haven't put one in my hands yet. Thought they were a little funky, but if they're in the parameters, I mean, we see the Goldschmidt puck knobs, if that's in the parameters. So for me, baseball is just fun. It's where I go to escape. This is where I find all my joy. So
love that.
Keep chasing that.
Have you put in an order for a bowling pin yet? Torpedo bat?
Haven't put one in. I'm sure someone in the clubhouse is looking at it though.
There's got to be a backlog. There's got to be.
It was crazy because you saw the first game. Somebody took a picture of it, and then the next day they're talking about it, and then yesterday all of the bat companies are posting we've got torpedo bats. You can order yours now.
Been having them.
Where did this? Was it in an advertisement thing? I don't know. A little funky.
Here we go. Good conversation with a good dude. Aaron, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
When we get back, we continue from the ballpark at 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Never in my life have I been in a situation where I wanted to tuck my hoodie in.
I will never be in that situation. And if I do, you have full permission to put me down. Just put me out of my misery, Fred.
I don't know anything about fashion. I learned today you can wear brown shoes with a black shirt. I didn't know that.
Well, the only rule is you match your shoes to your belt. You can wear brown shoes with black clothes as long as you have a brown belt on.
What color's my belt?
This is a classic.
Black?
Yeah, dude.
But these are sneakers.
Black. Yeah, sneakers don't matter. Also, you're wearing jeans. You just have form-fitting jeans. Why do you need a belt? You wear slim straight or skinny.
Yeah, these are 512s.
Yeah. Nice little slim straight boys.
Yeah.
They should be form-fitting.
Well, they taper down. You know what I mean? They like a taper.
Mm-hmm. Also, gravity exists. It's a big deal.
So, I mean,
you do got a little Hank Hill ass too.
I do.
So,
I move around.
Yeah.
I do that whole thing.
I mean, that's a thing that happens.
Live from the ballpark. Baseball is off to a start. Some teams haven't lost, but Van, some teams, they haven't won yet.
Oh, bummer.
Who do you think is going to be last to get their first win? Braves, Brewers, or Twins, my dude?
I mean, the way the Brewers are pitching, it's got to be the Brewers. What is 40 runs in the last 3 games? That is hard to watch.
The Braves have another 2 games against the Dodgers in this series, so they won't win. The Brewers have 2 against the Royals. They got a shot, and the Twins have 2 against the White Sox, and this is the best start the White Sox have had in modern times.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Feels real good.
I don't think the Braves are as bad as the Braves currently are.
Well, they got a bunch of injuries. They're underperforming. They'll right the ship. They got this young stud catcher who is hitting the cover off the ball to the other team. It's a rough start for Atlanta fans out there.
That's an old broadcast trick where you're like, that leads the league in hard hit balls right at a defender. Like that's a
but now there's metrics that track it.
Yeah,
there's Bill James stuff that
they actually know.
He's leading the league in exit velocity to right fielders.
This guy leads the league in bat speed off torpedo bats. And you're like,
sure.
Kind of hyper specific. One is that.
If you're in a slump, let a Pedro Serrano bless your torpedo bat.
We just had a friend of the show come up and do an Eddie Goodell impersonation.
Well done, by the way.
That's so funny. The Twins will be the first one to get a W in that group. It'll be the Twins. The White Sox are beatable.
The White Sox, they set a record for the worst season in the history of baseball and got rid of their 2 best players. They're in for another long one.
The Braves off to this terrible start, and then they lose who's going to be like a staple everyday guy for 80 games.
Yeah.
After he gets a standing O for the team he used to play for.
Oh, so funny.
So funny.
So funny. Like, oh, man, just came off of a career year. We got him for pennies on the dollar. How could no one else want this guy? Because they shook the rumor mill tree, and they found out that he was popping slippy flippies all last year and had a stack of needles in the trash can. Guy is healthy for the first year in his career. Oh, my God. He had a career year on steroids.
There are a couple dudes that, when healthy, have had years.
Sure.
And those same dudes have never been healthy otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
There's Grady Sizemore comes to mind. When Grady Sizemore played,
healthy,
he was
in the lineup Hall of Famer.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
But couldn't keep his ligaments right. Couldn't keep his body right. Mike Trout.
All right, he's already got a Hall of Fame career, but still.
He took one off the hand today, you said?
But instead of, just so unlucky. Instead of being the greatest player of our generation besides Shohei Ohtani, he's the what-if guy. He's the Bill Walton of Major League Baseball. Still a Hall of Famer, but could have been the best ever.
One run in the past 29 innings for the Braves.
Sad. Ron Acuna Jr. will be back in a month.
Is it that quick? I thought it was longer. Well, that's going to help them. And you're in a thing now. Hey, baseball's a marathon. It's a whatever. It's not with teams like the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Like you already are in the playoff push right now. 1 week in.
They're gonna set the record. The Dodgers will set the record for regular season wins this year. Bad things happen. Some teams get hot. You lose games you're not supposed to. People get injured. Blah blah blah. But they look unbeatable.
Yankees.
Their worst player has like 3 homers and 10 RBIs. That's crazy.
Padres undefeated. Dodgers undefeated. Cardinals only have 1 loss. Phillies only have 1 loss. This is the way baseball should be. Like if these teams, Padres a little bit of a surprise to me. These teams are all winning games. And yeah, the Cardinals swept the Twins, which was great. That was great for that fan base. But like, it's going to be a long year for everyone in the NL West. The Giants, the Diamondbacks, our Rockies.
The Giants are solid.
Sure.
The D-backs are solid.
Sure.
Our Rockies got some really good young players on there. They could turn it around anytime.
But a lot of looking up. Like they got to score runs. Like they got to be that squad.
They got to go 82-0 at Coors.
Ugh. And fundamentalist fan is like
81, excuse me.
They just play good defense and they went, oh, no, not in today's game. In today's game, it's going to sound crazy. You got to score 5 runs a game. You got to score 5 runs a game to be in the mix.
Hey, make it 7 now with torpedo bats.
Right? And up against the Dodgers, you can beat them twice a week. You're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Most teams are not going to beat them twice a week. Their 6th best pitcher is the ace on every other squad.
You're not wrong.
It's wild that there's only an hour of the show left.
And they get to deploy Clayton Kershaw, Hall of Fame pitcher, sometime throughout the year, whenever they want. They just, put in the lefty, I guess.
What's that, Clayton? You want to come out of the bullpen? Yeah, we got you. Not going to hit his contract bonuses. That's fine. We'll put a statue up for you. You already made it, brother. We're at the ballpark. It's opening night for Isotopes. Woo. Come see us. Come say hi. We miss all of you. It's 2 Men On. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to Two Men On. Welcome back to Isotopes Park. We are here for opening day. Well, home opening day. Home opener?
The Isotopener.
Oh, nice.
You're welcome.
You just came up with that?
Yep. We're going to make it into a shirt. When I say we, the Albuquerque Isotopes will have nothing to do with it.
All right, who we got lined up this hour?
Oh, we got Forrest Stolting, Mr. Everything here.
What time?
Allegedly 5:15, but I see him walking around, that gorgeous flowing lock of hair that he has. It's a busy guy.
I say
He is punctual.
I say
He's punctual, busy, but also punctual. And of course, we're ending the show with Josh Sushan.
That'd be pretty good.
No, that's a dapper man. He's wearing his home opener suit like he always does, looking real clean.
Did you watch a ton of baseball over the weekend?
Snippets. Yeah, snippets when I could. Because you know me, I'm a baseball dork. I know I'm going to watch all year.
I watched San Diego go to 5-0 yesterday.
Mhm.
Yesterday. And I didn't watch a ton of Padres last year. I knew their AAA team from here. You know our level of exposure. That's a squad out there.
They're solid, top to bottom.
Did you know this beforehand? Because I feel dumb.
No, they've been that team, except for when they beat the Dodgers in that one rivalry series in the playoffs a couple years ago. They've been the team of promise and just never performed. I mean, they've been playing like that for years. Strong roster. Like even losing Juan Soto, even losing Josh Hader, even losing juiced up Urickson Profar.
Yeah.
And you just go down the list of people that they paid money for rentals, and they're still getting it together. And it looks like they got a little they got their solid core of studs and like a little ragtag bunch of contributors.
The whole division, right? NL West is NL Best right now. You kind of look at them and you go, okay, and the Giants are pretty good too. 3 teams in the playoffs. I know I'm a weekend, but you kind of get the vibe of what I'm saying.
Hey, don't sleep on the D-backs.
They did it 2 years ago.
Yep. They were just recently in the series.
And then they sabotaged the Braves.
And they're better. And they're better than they were 2 years ago when they're in the series.
There are so many fans in that city. There are so many fans in that division. They were like, hey, we know what's going to happen is this Dodgers horse is going to get out of the gate early and it's going to get away and no one's going to catch them and we're all just going to be looking up. No,
we nipping at their heels all year.
it's going to be that.
Stealing wins all year.
And it's going to, because you know how these dudes are, especially that team, because the Dodgers are the Padres' rival. The Padres are not the Dodgers' rival.
Correct.
And the Padres are going to have motivation to keep this pace.
Setting a regular season win record. That's the Dodgers' only rival this year. That's their goal. Break that record, win the World Series again. Or bust.
And then, because the Rockies always kind of have the Padres' number for some reason,
Mm-hmm.
that just talks about the balance of this whole thing.
Right. Watch out for them Rockies, though. They're going to steal a lot of wins in that division.
The only safe...
They are young and good and hungry.
Yeah. The only safe bet in baseball is that it's going to be good. Every team has so much talent, except for the White Sox. Every team...
A couple holes in that lineup.
is just loaded. And if you look at the White Sox, right? And you're like, okay, this team, maybe if you're another major league organization, you're looking to see if you can't pull a talent off of it for your squad. They don't have a guy to pull off. There's no one on that team that I feel major league team is trying to snag to fill a hole anywhere.
Once you're creeping towards the trade deadline, some of these guys might look appetizing. And also, being the best player on the worst team, you might get traded for some lottery tickets right before the trade deadline. But it's like being the hottest chick at Arby's. If you're the best player on the White Sox, that's not saying a lot.
Years ago, I used to live stream I own like a little company, right? A little technology company where I would live stream things
Mm-hmm.
similar to this company that we own. And I would live stream Magic the Gathering tournaments. Are you familiar with this?
Unfortunately, I do know about that universe.
So it was Friday nights at the card shop.
Oh my God, you did it on a Friday?
Well, that's when all the nerds were there.
Okay.
So Friday nights.
Well, they're not busy on a lot of nights.
No, they're
Why'd
available.
they choose
They were
Friday
available.
when there's other things to
I
do?
think there was a chance to win these cards. So we would do these top-down webcams of the table,
Okay.
and that was like the game, right? The game they would play. Anyways, a gal would walk into there, and these fanboys would get Magic the Gathering goggles, and this gal was like comparatively in this energy
Yeah,
the most desirable human being to ever live.
sure.
And I'll tell you this, man, they were not.
Yeah.
They were not that thing.
She's a Magic the Gathering 11, but a
Yeah.
but a LA 2.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know any of the rules to that game, so I can't super tell you anything about it. But I will say,
well, I know exactly what happens.
okay.
You get magic,
Okay. Yep.
then you gather
You
it.
gather it.
You gather it. That's the rules. It's right there in the title.
Brad, when you talk about this nerd stuff for it's a sports show, is it not for nerds? Do you want to talk about
Uh-huh.
these losers breaking down rules on
Yeah.
Major League Baseball torpedo bats?
Sure.
Do you want to tell me this is not a nerds game?
Yeah. You want to hear Van talking about war some more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to
It's just as dorky
Yeah.
as Magic the Gathering.
ask your dad about how he used to go to the box score the following day so he could do his hand-kept fantasy league
All right.
with his 6 other autistic friends that own train sets in their basements.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about that?
Okay, sports fan, quit yelling at your radio. It's not equally as dorky as Magic.
It's more.
Almost.
No.
It is so unbelievably close.
It is superiorly dorky.
Yeah.
So right now, someone is listening
Mhm.
that could, in a trivia night, correctly spell Krzyzewski.
Uh-huh.
Like, you nerds are out there. So
This-
miss me with the ats.
It's easy. Just syllabically spell Chris Beluski.
I don't know what syllabically is.
Sound it out, baby.
Is it a place underneath the water where you do test? A sea lab?
Ah, yes. Exactly what it is. It's when you do things like a person from Eastern Europe. You do it syllabically.
Syllabically.
Yeah, exactly what that is.
That team, too, not to stay on the Padres too long because it's not the biggest Padres market. And I only watched one game.
Yeah.
But that team going to 5-0, the best start in the franchise history, this, that, the other thing. They looked like a team that was invested in winning. Like, it didn't look like a team playing in March. Like, it didn't look like a team that was figuring out the time zone that they weren't in for spring training and now they're home and blah, 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 and all the things that go along with being that.
Right.
They didn't look like that. They looked like a team that even if they were 3-2, is a team that wanted to play baseball together.
And except for the legendary jerseys that have been in baseball forever,
Mm-hmm.
Padres got the best ones. Yankees, Dodgers, Sox, Cardinals. Besides that, Padres are the best.
Cardinals number 1.
Best kits, except for all the old school baseball stadiums, Wrigley, Fenway, et cetera, et cetera. Petco's probably the best one, except for the Mets owner, who's the richest owner in all of baseball,
Yeah.
who's willing to just throw money.
Cohen.
Yeah, Cohen. Steve Cohen. Besides him, they got an incredible owner, and they got a GM who wants to win.
Mhm.
Like, it's a good time to these guys. For
If you-
these guys, it sucks that they got to play the Dodgers so often.
My St. Louis Cardinals started off 3-0, sweeping the Twins, and then caught a 1-run loss to the Angels last night. I'm going to say this about fandom. This is the only time I'm ever blinded. Like, I feel like I can look at any sport, any team, and tell you, by the way I understand the business, why they won't be a successful team until fandom comes in.
Right.
Fandom screws me up. And I'm having that right now with the Cardinals. I'm looking at this team over the past 4 games. I watched 3 of the 4. I'm looking at this team and I'm going, this team was going to win the World Series. This team, they're doing it on the mound.
Yeah.
They're holding teams to scoreless innings.
Lars Nootbaar for MVP.
Hey, Nootbaar's legit.
Watch your back, Shohei. Lars is coming.
He didn't look Japanese.
Well, he's turning Japanese.
Nice.
I mean, I think he's turning Japanese.
He's playing on their
I really
national
think
team.
so.
Forrest Stolting joins us after the break. We're going to talk about everything going on here at the ballpark. It is going to be a huge season, the best one in the history of, including 6 different iterations of teams, including the party animals, including youth nights and fireworks, and home for the 4th of July on the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th. And I can tell you all the reasons right now, 5 years post-COVID, why you can, and if you haven't, you will, fall in love with the game of baseball right here at Isotopes Park on 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to Two Men On. Welcome back to Isotopes Park. You and I, Van, we're always in mid-season form. Like, you and I are always in mid-season form.
Hey, it's opening day for the front office, too.
Yeah,
It's opening day for the staff, too.
I'm here, right?
And it's opening day for Forrest Stolting, too.
The trick for us when running is to breathe.
What does that mean?
You held your breath when you were running.
I'm not very good at running.
No, we can tell. It's wild.
Deep breath from Forrest.
So we'll give him a second to figure his lungs out here. It is wild to me how people, when they run, will hold their breath. It is so incredible to me that they do that, and you just did it.
I didn't even know I did it either.
I know. People do it on stairs too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird. Like just remember to breathe.
And when you hear elevation, it makes it three times worse.
Yeah, well, it's only the third time you've run this year. So that super slows you down as well.
Might be the second.
Once a month, pretty good.
Welcome, Forrest Stolting, to the program. Welcome us to Isotopes Park. It is a windy one today. That's going to make it for a fun one today, right?
Oh, I think so. I mean, we already have kind of a hitter's haven here.
Good word.
And so I think if the wind is blowing in the right direction, you might see a prolific offensive night from both clubs.
Don't worry about your ears being cold, though.
Because you got the beanies. First 2,500, baby. Get them while they're hot.
They're not hot. They're not stolen.
Oh, of course not. These are properly bought for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paid for by
Gonstead Physical Medicine. I've been up since been here since 4:30. So
Why?
Oh, my.
Morning shows.
What does that mean?
TV morning shows. We've been,
You don't have an assistant?
Make the rounds, dude.
I'm on TV. I gotta please the fans. So simple as that.
The 5 o'clock in the morning thing.
Yeah. Hey, it happened once.
So you're telling
we got one new fan last year. We're going to break a record this year.
they're 100% tuning in for Peyton. Like, they have zero interest in Old Forest.
What did you see this morning?
We did not.
I brought a special guest on, my girlfriend's dog, Rascal, an Australian Aussie.
Are we breaking news here?
Yeah, no, because it's already happened. But I mean,
You bringing him Sunday?
Yeah, he'll be here.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
His
Excellent.
bark in the park,
Okay.
first of 2 on the year. It's going to be, I think, a little overcast, mid 50s, low 60s, so a perfect day for some dogs at the park.
I'm going to put on. I'll probably only have SPF 30 on that day.
That's it?
Yeah.
You don't go like SPF 75?
Not on like a nice spring overcast day.
Did you
Yeah,
say
SPF
SPF?
tone it down.
Did you say SPF 75? That's the number of home games for Isotopes this year?
How did you know? Look
at
this guy. He's connecting all the dots.
Count. I made him some notes earlier.
Big note guy, Van.
It was my first time. I hated it. Yeah.
Don't recommend it.
Not to anyone.
A lot of them are promotional nights, and they're going to be a lot of fun for the fans. That be a lot of fun. There's some big spotlight ones, right? So you're home on the 3rd. You're home on the 4th of July. Right? So you're home on the 3rd. You're home on the 4th of July. This is
the
it.
first time we are hosting a drone show.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to see what kind of drone show formations the drones make for us.
Probably baseball related.
Baseball, Isotopes, Rockies, but the colors, it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see the drone show. I've only seen one drone show before. I've only seen one drone show before. So it's even number 2 for me.
They had a good one at the balloon show.
That was my first one last year. Very anything like that. The fans are in for a real treat.
This might be a trap question. I'm sorry. Because I don't know the answer to it, and I wouldn't ask if I did.
Okay.
Are there Duke City hats in the team store right now?
I believe so.
You also don't know.
They were supposed to be delivered in the last day or 2. I'm not sure if they've been delivered yet.
You've been here since 4:30 in the morning.
We recently heard.
Check?
Yeah,
I will check this commercial break.
Unfortunately, it was not on the to-do list this morning.
Well, the fans want to know.
I get it. I mean, they can pre-order them, and they'll be here within the week at the very latest.
Or
if not already here. Or come to the park.
The newly remodeled team store.
Yep. Floor to ceiling, completely new accessories, new
maybe hats.
Definitely plenty of hats, even outside of the new Duke City hats.
Okay.
505 hats. Yeah, just the entire look of the Pro Shop is completely different this year. Great facelift, elevated a ton, more space to walk around in, much more accessible, I believe.
Dan, can we sidebar real quick?
Are you going to talk about how you just heard that there's 75 home games this year and you got a lot of opportunities to buy Duke City hats? Is that what you're going to say?
Pretty good.
I need your opinion.
Okay.
Pro Shop or Team Store?
So on that sign over there, it says Isotopes Pro Shop.
No, I know.
I'm
I'm
an old school guy. I like Pro Shop.
I like Team Store.
Also, I love golf, so like Pro Shop.
The Pro Shop sounds
Pro
more
Shop.
formal, right?
It's a golf thing, I think. I think it.
I mean, they may have originated it, but that doesn't mean they get to keep it.
Deal.
Talk about hot again. Stealing. He's talking about stealing. Speaking of steals,
I don't see no trademark.
who's the fastest guy on the team?
That's a great question. I would probably have to say Zach Veton.
That's gonna be fun to watch.
I think our team's got a lot of potential for some high stolen bases this year. So a lot of speed. Amador, Veen, Ritter. I'm sure I'm missing a couple guys, but those are just like going off the top of my head right now. And obviously we have some pop as well. Veen's got some pop. Keston here's got some pop. Fernandez has got some pop.
They aggressive out there? Like they turn left out there? Like talk to me about it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Once we get the guys on base, just like last year, we saw 186 bases. I expect this very similar offensive style and aggressiveness, similar to last year's game.
You know how I feel about spectacles. You know how I feel about live events. You know how I feel about the game of baseball. You know how I feel how important it is to capture young audience and fan.
Oh, of course. It's the most important thing.
Who is going to be every 13-year-old's favorite player? Like, who is that? Who is that guy that this
Kinda
season?
like, your Bernards, your Shunkies, your man. That's a great question. I think I'm going to go Chase Dolan.
I haven't met him.
Oh man,
Yeah, you kept him from us.
Now hold on. He's going to be your favorite player
for 5 minutes,
but you better watch him now.
Yes,
come see him pitch now.
He's that good, folks.
Yeah.
He is the Rockies' #1 prospect. We're very excited to have him here. He was a #1 draft pick by the Rockies in 2023, so he's climbed the ladder extremely quickly. He has showed great command. His stuff is absolutely electric, and he's just a very intelligent and great human being as well. So I've just got to know him just throughout the day pretty much, and he's absolutely fantastic.
I mean, you mentioned Aaron Shunk being one of the fan favorites, and hard agree.
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
We had him on earlier, and he mentioned that, from a guy like looking up to the veterans, like he feels like he's becoming the veteran.
Sure.
Is that the same way you're feeling this season now? Because you're a little seasoned here in the Isotopes organization, and are you like mentoring some of the younger people who make the Albuquerque Isotopes run?
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is my 4th season with the club.
Yeah.
But if you look around, we have a lot of folks who've been here for 15 plus years. And so honestly, I'm kind of still one of the young bucks, even though I've been here for 3 years now, 3 full seasons, and in my 4th. I feel like I'm still one of those young bucks, but obviously with my experience over the last 3 years, I've grown, I think, a lot. So if I could have some knowledge to pass on to the younger folks here. And for example, Brandon Ortega, he's starting a new role with us next week.
Okay, we could talk about that.
That's right. So we were told that was on moratorium.
You're breaking it right now with the friends of the show.
Well, there you go. I thought it was public knowledge, but I guess not.
Welcome to the team, Brandon Ortega.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. So he's here.
You did good.
So I
you
think
good.
he'll be sitting next to me in the office. I'm looking forward to kind of help showing him the ropes and whatnot, and because he'll be starting in season, which is one of the hardest things to do in minor league baseball, is jump into a role like that in season. So I'm definitely looking forward to kind of helping him along.
Forrest
journey.
Holding is with us. We're talking the opening day, or at least, home opener for your Albuquerque Isotopes here at Isotopes Park. Let's say you're a fan who hasn't, at least in a year, or maybe hasn't in some time, come out to the park. Let's say you're entering through the third base gate, Forrest.
Mm-hmm.
What's that initial response you're going to get? Where should you go? How do you direct fans coming back to the ballpark for the first time in a long time?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think one of the first things when fans enter the ballpark is they're going to hopefully be greeted by our fantastic ushers and
there's a lot of them today.
Gatekeepers.
So
yeah, we're certainly ready. Those people are the faces of the ballpark because they're folks who interact with the fans the most, and so they're kind of on the front lines. And so please don't be hesitant to reach out to those folks because they're here to help you. But I'd say second, the pro shop behind home plate, and then third, with all the new food options, the sweet spot, which is down the third base line near section 117 or so.
Good answer.
And then Pecos River next to section 118 down the first base side. Those would be the two spots I would go to because our new food is absolutely delectable. The ballpark sandwich is barbecue, South Carolina style barbecue sauce, hot dog bacon, pickles, beer nuts. It's got everything in a pretzel bun. All the ballpark flavors in one.
Wait, all those things you said are in one sandwich?
That's correct.
Dog, I put that thing in my mouth. It was wild.
Yeah.
You had to unhinge it.
I put, yeah.
You swiped right.
Yeah. On that Sammy. He's talking about on the Sammy. On the Sammy.
Not some dude named Sammy.
Whoa. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
No judgment, right?
and if we did judge, it would be in support.
Of course. Absolutely.
Of
anybody.
Thank you. That's that's
yeah.
We're going with that. What night's Grateful Dead night?
Oh man, I wish we had one. That's every night for me. I've not. I've always wanted to approach Adam about 2 nights specifically. One Grateful Dead night, and then one a disc golf night. But I just want to see how disc golf that would translate to baseball. Very well.
That's not the one.
So it'd be really cool to have like a pro come by and like throw a disc from home plate over center field because that's easily done. I can almost do it.
Okay.
So it'd be fun to have that, but now
hear me out.
Disc golf, baseball.
That could be the same night, because in the
honestly, you're right.
The Venn diagram of Grateful Dead fans and
basically a circle.
It's a circle.
Big intersection.
It's a circle.
The Cardinals do one where it's Deadhead night. Night.
Yeah.
And are you familiar with Jake's Leg? I don't know if you know Jake's Leg.
I don't think so.
Anyway, all right. So they're like the preeminent Dead cover band in the Midwest.
Okay.
Anyway, so they do this thing at Ballpark Village, and there's no exaggeration. I'm about to say 10,000 fans will come out to this
a cover band.
But they're that thing, and then they immediately go into the ballpark. You know what I mean?
That's sick.
And it doesn't suck.
It's kind of like a reunion in some ways, is what it sounds like to me.
You get the tie-dye, whatever official giveaway thing they're doing, the T-shirt, but they set up outside tie-dye stations.
Oh,
so
that's even cool.
Yeah, and you can get like a low-end white whatever T-shirt.
Yeah.
But we could do it here. That's the point I'm trying to get to.
It's kind of like the Hate Ashbury all over again,
The what?
The Hate Ashbury all over again.
What is that, man? What's that?
It's where all the beatniks used to hang out, Fred, in San Francisco.
Before the hippies were actually really a thing. That is
correct.
Good history knowledge
Yeah.
there.
What do you mean before?
I've done drugs.
No, wait. Before hippies were a thing? What were they before they were hippies?
Beatniks.
Yeah.
They're
poets, intellects.
What were beatniks before they were beatniks?
Similar. Not right because before like the long hair and the tie-dye is more like madras shirts, a lot of linen, a lot of snapping,
a lot
of spoken word poetry.
Oh yeah. They love the personal writings.
It was right before they all started doing acid. Then they turned into hippies.
Speaking of personal writings, if you are a
history lesson friend of the show,
if you are a student K through 12, you can reach out to the Albuquerque Isotopes. You can provide an essay. When I say essay, it does not have to be written word. It could be imagery. It could be a painting. It could be a drawing. It could be an interpretation
of any kind of artistic expression
of what Jackie Robinson, in your understanding of he means to you. You can do that through the Albuquerque Isotopes for 4 free tickets to a game on, I believe it's April the 15th.
That's correct. Yeah,
here at the ballpark.
Jackie Robinson night. Yeah, each year MLB celebrates Jackie Robinson April 15th, and we're happy to obviously partner with that because we want to celebrate the history and heritage of Jackie Robinson, the legacy, because it's very important in this day and age to continue to celebrate him and what he did for this country and help move it forward.
I gave all that information to the Boys and Girls Clubs that I run.
Awesome.
And all these kids are pumped. Like all these club kids.
Awesome.
All these club kids are like, hello, Jackie Robinson. And I go,
I'm excited to see you, Bruce, bring in a big old box of papers with all these submissions.
Yeah. And you'll say, well, whose is whose? And I'll say, well, I didn't organize it. Yeah, just probably just
brought the box.
Just had the box.
Give me the tickets now.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know. Give us, before we let you go, for us, what is the not food? Don't say food. You already said food.
Yeah.
What is the debut thing this year? What is the thing that Albuquerque Isotopes fans are going to see for the first time this year that they have not seen at the ballpark?
I think I've already touched on one, the drone show July 5th. Then I'm going to go say that I think the second best thing would be probably the City Roots nights. Because we're really trying to make those authentically Albuquerque and 505 and really bring out the traditional roots of the melting pot that is Albuquerque. And hopefully we can reflect that, the community within the night of itself.
Love it.
Good answers. Wear your jacket tonight.
The blazer?
Like, well, not you, but like fan.
Oh,
when
yeah,
you come
for
out.
sure. Definitely need a jacket.
So it, like, hey,
when the sun goes down, it'll be pretty cold.
yeah, and I believe the wind will die at sundown.
Yes.
That's my untrained. And by the way, if you're at the ballpark, everyone in the ballpark officially is an amateur meteorologist. That is the rule.
Oh, yeah.
That's known.
Of course.
You can know nothing about weather, but you're an expert in that moment. But I will say this, dress warm, come out, enjoy a game, welcome baseball back, and we're excited to have it. Forrest Stolting, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, thank y'all.
Hey,
Isotopes.
We're going to let Brandon know that you spoiled everything, though.
Whoops.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to Two Men On. We're live at the ballpark. Gates are open. Fans are here. It's officially summertime on a windy one, Van.
A lot of Orbit beanies on heads walking into this stadium. It's a really cool giveaway.
I agree. It's not so bad at all. Today's I-9 Varsity, the I-9 Varsity of Songs About States. League office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. Team registrations currently available for flag football, soccer, and then baseball, volleyball, training sessions, and instructional cheerleading programs as we speak. Go to i9sports.com, drop that geotag, and it'll get you set up for success. Songs About States, Van, because earlier you made a reference to Tennessee.
Correct.
And I immediately went to Arrested Development.
Yes.
Would you like to go first, or should I?
Well, I mean, I guess technically I kicked it off by mentioning Tennessee.
Yeah.
So go ahead, my friend.
Well, we are here at Isotopes Park, and the Isotopes are the AAA affiliate for the Colorado Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
So give me John Denver's Rocky Mountain High, Van.
That John Denver was full of bleep.
Is that a quote that I don't know about?
That's from Dumb and Dumber. Yes, it is. First on my I-9 Varsity of Songs About States, I'm going to go with California Love by Tupac and Dr. Dre. Banger. Absolute legendary banger.
I would say that's an all-time banger.
Fun fact.
All right, I'm
about
ready.
California Love, it was going to be a solo Dr. Dre song.
Okay.
But when Tupac signed with Death Row Records, Suge Knight told all of his artists, give Tupac your best song. And that was Dr. Dre's best song at the time.
If we're doing fun facts,
There's a hidden second verse by Dr. Dre out there on the interwebs.
You're familiar with it?
You can Google it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we're doing
Obviously, I can't say it on air.
No.
Yeah.
If we're doing fun facts, I have one for you about John Denver's Rocky Mountain High.
Okay.
High is talking about the elevation.
Oh.
Yeah. It was in no way.
It was made decades before weed was legalized in Colorado, the first state.
Nothing to do with bud.
No.
There you go. Isaiah?
I'm going to go with Homecoming by Kanye West. It's about Chicago.
Okay. Chicago State, the college.
Chicago State College.
Yeah.
Beat me to it.
Chicago, Illinois. I gave it Chicago.
Okay. It is a
Also,
city and a state.
Robert on the line. Minor league baseball.
Oh, he wants to talk minor league baseball. It's interesting. We're in the middle of the I-9 Varsity.
Nothing interrupts the I-9
Varsity. We could circle back to him, let him wait. Like, what's your vibe here, man?
Nobody tells DJ Request what to play.
All right, now, if Robert is willing to submit to the I-9 Varsity one time.
I like those rules.
Okay, Robert, welcome to the program. Songs About States.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not familiar with your game, or what is it called?
That would be the I-9 Varsity of Songs About States. We rattle off a list of a randomly selected topic throughout the program.
I-94 Varsity. I like it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I could do well.
Love it, Robert. Welcome to the show. What's going on?
Yeah, anyway, I was calling to talk about minor league baseball. Are you at the ballpark tonight?
We are right now,
We
yes.
are. Opening night, baby.
Okay, that's what I thought. No, I was just wondering why the major league teams don't pay their minor league ball players a little better. It seems like that's really not such a glamorous life as compared to being in the big leagues. They only make about $50,000 a year. They're gone, 47 games out of the year, something like that, gone half the time. And if they have a family, that could be really tough to get by on $50,000 a year. And the big leagues are making. I don't know what the average salary is. Maybe $1 million for a major league ball player. It seems like they'd pay these guys a little bit more. But just, I guess it goes to show you they have a desire to make it to the big leagues no matter what it takes, and they have to suffer and endure some hardships, but for the most part, a small percentage of them make it. But anyway, I enjoy watching them. They're good athletes, they're good ball players, and I'm glad to have them here. I'm glad, it's funny how not too many major league teams have lasted, or professional teams have lasted here in Albuquerque. And, the Dukes, the Dodger ball minor leagues, and now the Colorado Rocky minor league, they've really done a lot for our city. And without them, I think, can you imagine how boring it would be around here for a sports fan? So anyway, have a great day.
Good call by Robert. Maybe the next segment would have been, it would have been the spot for.
That's okay. He said he wasn't familiar with the I-9 varsity, so welcome to the club. It's, I think, everybody's favorite segment.
It's,
speaking on Robert's topic real quick before we jump back into the I-9 varsity, there have been improvements made recently on the care taken to minor league baseball players. I think this happened 2 seasons ago, right?
Yeah,
where
that is correct.
You had to have your own hotel room. You get a different per diem. The standards were set much higher.
They don't pay for their own housing.
Correct.
Yeah.
The standards have been set much higher. A couple years ago, there's a deal done. Don't quote me on all the specifics, but also on the other side of the coin, there's some late round draft picks who are working their butts off to make the major leagues and get that big paycheck. But also, there are players in the minor leagues who already have life-changing amounts of money from their draft slot and their signing bonus. So the signing bonuses that some of these guys have are astronomical.
And $50,000 over the course of 6 months is also, it depends on the lifestyle.
We have no bills for 6 months.
I'm saying, it's like the other 6 months. If you have like a 50,000 boost over 6 months, and then you have the other 6 months to kind of do whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, you're not able just to sit back on your sports money like MLB.
For sure.
I think you can, that's a pretty good. I'd love to have 50,000 for sure over 6 months, and then the other 6 months, it's just up to me.
They make
work a regular job and touch 6 digits.
They make roughly $1,200 a week at the AAA level on the lowest end. So at the lowest end, $1,200 a week. Now, if you go down to single A, it's like half that. And that's the lowest level. Now, most of these guys are not there. Most of these guys make more than that. The number when you get to major leagues is $300,000 divided weekly.
Right.
Well, whatever amount of time you're up there.
Yep.
So that's the minimum of Major League Baseball is $300,000 divided over the weeks. And then at AAA, it's $1,200 a week. Now, like full transparency to like the listener, I make more than $1,200 a week. Like that is
right.
Like that is not a lot of money.
Also, if you're making the comparison that minor league baseball players only make as much as a teacher, then I agree. Teachers should make more money.
Yeah, there's always that one. Yeah. But this does not count spring training. This does not count the off season.
Right.
This does not count the postseason.
Right.
This is strictly regular season baseball. So there you go.
That's a pretty good amount.
We wrap up the I-9 varsity whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On, live from the ballpark, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're live at the ballpark where there's a ton of people here.
Fun
And
friends of the show we haven't seen
a lot
in
of people
while.
coming over.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm feeling it, y'all.
There are a couple environments in this city where you and I are regionally recognizable. This is one of them.
And Howie's sports page.
Yeah. I went over to unpaid endorsement. I went over to Pars and Rec today.
Sure.
They made a really nice donation to the Boys and Girls Club, which was awesome of them. I was sitting there, and whoever, the cat at the front, was like, "Hey, brother, like, enjoy the show, this, that, the other thing." I'm like, "Hey, thanks, man. Like, that's really kind of you." I go to the back where they do like a little pizza thing, a little bar thing, and I'm like, "Hey, my name's Fred, like this." And he goes, "Yeah, from the show." Like, okay. Like, you guys yanking my chain now, like 2 in a row? But I mean, that's the environment where you get a little, I don't know, appreciation for what this program is, for the effort that goes into it. Because often doesn't only fall on Van's ears. I'm definitely not doing a show for you. I do not care about you.
I think I might be mildly more approachable, so I think I might hear it more often.
I'm not trying to talk to you. I think I have introvert energy too.
Mild degree.
Yeah.
Mild degree.
I had a thing, here's like a personal story. Buying a new car, right? Go to buy this new car. And the cat's like, "Hey man, come to my office. Let's talk about like what kind of car you're looking for. Let's talk about where you've been successful with." I go, "No, man."
No.
Now?
Nah.
I don't have time for that.
That's not story time, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
How about this list of cars that I took off your website? Why don't you just bring me one of those?
Keep it transactional.
Like, what do we?
And
Yeah.
yes, I will let you buy me a beer after.
Mhm.
Afterwards, yes, I will tell you these stories.
Yeah, man, I really like to get to know people that I work with. Like, oh, cool. Cool. Not your guy, pal. You guys,
I'm not your guy, buddy.
yeah, I need to exchange monies
I'm not your buddy guy. for
for this car. By the way, if you had one with a heated steering wheel, I'd be,
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you talk to me about that? What I got to do to upgrade this steering wheel?
You don't go into Burger King and the guy says, "Tell me about your history with sandwiches."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, how long you been an artist in the sandwich game?
You like a curly fried guy? Or like, right, let's
Yeah.
talk it. Let's talk it out.
We talking shoestrings? We talking steak cut?
Please take my order.
What's our deal? I'm not going to sit here and tell you there's a certain way you have to interact with everyone in the world, but I am going to tell you don't do it the way I do it. There's much healthier ways.
Yeah, good advice is to not do things the way you do them.
No.
Doesn't work for everyone. When I say everyone, I'm being quite literal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't draw a very good line between the professional and personal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you start doing something dumb to me professionally, no thanks. Tim Keller's here. You start doing something dumb to me personally,
Yeah.
no thanks. Not trying to mess with you in any way. Nice of Tim to come up and say hi. But that's the problem with, like, the world of sports, right? Because you say you have a fandom for whatever your thing is. Pick your team. Someone else doesn't have that same exact fandom as you.
Right.
All of a sudden, there's like a rivalry. Like,
Sure.
What? I can golf with you if you wear a Cubs hat. Like, there's no rule. And if there is a rule, why am I not following it? I should be following that rule.
Okay. Other side of the coin, when you meet somebody with similar interests and you just dive into it. It's like,
Yeah.
You like that obscure thing?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we were roasting Magic the Gathering earlier. What I mean, it's something you got in common.
That's for some
You
people.
got a hobby. You got a love.
Yeah.
Sure.
What's that? You can also quote Red Dwarf?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Yeah. Do you also love green chili Phillies right here on the concourse at Isotope Stadium?
I'm your
My
guy.
favorite booth.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not. It's the noodles in the corner.
There's
They're
like,
incredible.
there's another
Yeah.
one, though, where if it's like a super niche thing, to where if it's like you and I both have juggling, right? We can both juggle.
Right.
We're both very good at juggling. We did not see each other do that and go, best friends.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
Hey, but put it on the list.
Hey, people get really good at a thing. I don't know what the thing is, right? Like, say you're the best freestyle rapper in your town.
Sure.
Somebody else is also a very good freestyle rapper. For some reason, you're opposed to each other. You go, what? You guys have the same hobbies. Like, sit down and just write together or whatever.
Yeah. By the way, me and Fred's new mixtape drops on Friday. We'll have copies here at Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park. It's all about baseball.
So many friends of the show. We're stepping away so we can come back. Josh Sushan joins us after the break. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports.
FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Welcome back to Two Men On. Welcome back to Isotopes Park. We're joined by a special guest. It's one Josh Susha.
Happy home opener, boys.
Is that how you're going to start your broadcast?
Nope.
You already used it on us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi and hello and welcome to Isotopes Park. I'm, of course, Josh Susha. Alongside me.
I don't really sound like that, do I? Please tell me. Like, even if I do sound like that, like, please lie. Please lie and say you sound nothing at all like that. I mean, come on, man.
I don't sound like that.
You're going to get me all insecure before the home opener? Thanks, boys. Thought we were friends.
Oh, okay. Josh Sushan, insecure. Nice try.
Is it true you listen back to all your broadcasts immediately following every game?
No, it's very rare. Unbelievably rare.
I never do.
A couple of highlights, and then in the off season, something here or there.
Yeah. I spot check the podcast. I'm like, okay, these levels were good. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Ship it.
Yeah, check the levels. Every once in a while, I'll go back. Like if there's like a guest you need to make a copy, or if it's just like a memorable inning for some reason, then I'll go back to get a copy, and then I'll like critique everything in the world that I did wrong during that inning. But
it's healthy what you're describing.
Yes, yeah. I probably should do it more at the start of the season just to remind myself. Like, remember how to do this, bro?
Yeah,
it's been a while.
How's your pronunciation guide?
Adiel Amador.
All right, let's go.
Good start.
Double A?
Yes.
Yeah.
Adael. Adiel Amador, one of the Rockies' top prospects.
Ariel Amador.
Yo, I like that a lot.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
As is tradition, we're standing up on the concourse. We do our show sitting.
Yeah.
But this is the first time of many because we're here opening day, closing day, and every Friday that the Isotopes are in town. It's a muscle memory for me and Fred. Do you still get those opening day jitters, or is it just business
100%.
as usual?
No, so I was telling you guys off air, I love starting the season on the road because I'm seriously, like, no exaggeration, in a panic. Do I remember how to do this job?
Yeah.
And so I like being able to start the season on the road. I don't have to do my other non-broadcast. Well, actually, still have to do some, but not as much. Just let my coworkers get the field ready, do all that kind of stuff, and I could just like focus on the broadcast. And yeah, I love starting on the road. And I want to say the first 2 or 3 innings Friday night, it felt like it was going so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then by about the 6th or 7th inning, it finally slowed down. And then by game 2, I think it slowed down by like the 3rd inning. And then by game 3, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I remember how to do this.
And you broadcast, which I think we've talked about this on air, but it's the simulcast, right? You do the radio broadcast, and you have a product broadcast for the radio, but then they put it onto the MILB TV stuff.
Correct.
Now, have you started to curtail that at all for the video audience? Because when I listen to you, I feel like I'm only listening to a radio broadcast.
Oh, well, that means I need to change what I'm doing. Because
Okay.
so I honestly, I try to go like 55% TV, 45% radio.
Yeah.
There's certain times that I'll get like really detailed radio stuff, but I try to follow what the cameras are showing me and give them captions between pitches. The action is the action, but it's all about between pitches. I try to follow what they do, or if I say something, the camera operators try to follow what I'm talking about.
Little bit windy, just a sprinkle.
That explanation of the weather.
We think it's gonna calm down a little bit at sundown.
Okay.
But to the front of the show, what are you a goldfish? Do you have no memory? It's like this every year. Every spring in Albuquerque, we got that one little bout of chilly. We get that one little bout of windy, and then we're spoiled for 6 months. Like, brave the elements, come support Isotopes baseball.
I like this. Inject this into my veins. Yes, thank you, Van. Preach on. I don't even know what to say other than yes, preach on.
Okay, sweet. All right, never mind.
There's something fun about bundling up for a game. Like obviously the giveaways today is the Gonstead beanies, and they look wild fun. You know, that's the thing. But put on your favorite baseball sweater, come out, curl up in your seat, be in your seat for the first pitch. I cannot stress this to you, baseball fan. They feel it on the field. If you're there for the first pitch, it is a different start.
Also, be there for the introductions. It's so cool. Everyone gets their name announced. They run out on the field. They line up on the foul lines. You know, like, there's something special about that. I don't care how many years you've been playing professional baseball. It's cool when they announce your name and you run out and stand on the line with your boys.
Your Wynton Bernard jersey will fit underneath a hoodie,
Okay.
and it will look cool. I promise you guys.
By the way, I got a text from Winston. He's playing in the Mexican League. I forget the name of the team, but it's close to Cancun. I looked it up on the map, and I'm like, damn, bro, you're close to the ocean. So yeah, he's got some tropical weather. They start in about 2 weeks.
That's exciting.
I mean, we need a reason to go down there.
Okay.
This is going to work for us.
You
How
guys
good's-
could
how
totally
good's their
do the
internet?
show. Really good.
It's really super strong. All right.
I need to go to Machu Picchu. We talk
Ooh,
about this all the time.
Super down.
Wrong country, but okay.
I got close. Did the best I could. It's the first one of many here at the ballpark. Obviously, all the reasons to come out to the ballpark. But we're off air now, basically at 6 o'clock every day, handing it over to Isotopes Baseball. Our audience comes over to you. How do you welcome them to your broadcast? Like, how can we make?
You mean like the first sentence that I say, or
Well,
just in
that's
general?
what I'm saying. I want the 2 Men On rub for the Isotopes broadcast. I want the friends of our show to know they're also friends of your broadcast, Josh.
Aw.
Like, what can we be doing to making sure that there's a collaboration here between the two?
Honestly, no exaggeration. This right here, like the crosstalk is you cross one show into the next.
Yes.
Right? So this is pivotal. This is key, right? We hang, we talk baseball, we talk life, we talk countries.
But we
talk-
also give you a buzzword to put into every broadcast, and then our listeners wait for it.
I knew that when you said, what can we do? Really, you had a list somewhere.
Just maybe like a key phrase.
What's the key phrase for tonight?
Well, this is a great question because I was going to hand that one off to Van.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Chupacabra. We're going to
Come
slide in
No,
Chupacabra.
that's not. Now, torpedo, I believe. It's baseball. Torpedo, I believe.
but not in reference to a bat.
Not in reference to a bat.
Okay. Did you guys talk to Aaron Shunk about the torpedo bats?
We did.
Okay. What did he say?
He said they're within the rules.
Yes. No, there was some talk. There was some talk around the cage, and someone said, "Who's the biggest prospect around here?" Because whoever the biggest prospect is has the juice to get the bat sent.
Yeah.
And so all eyes are on Zach Veen. You're like, "All right, you're the top prospect. Get some bats sent our way so we can try him out."
I believe, and I have I'm sure a similar algorithm to you boys. Like when I pulled up the Reddit today, like all the advertisements were like Rawlings, torpedo bat.
Sure.
It was Louisville Slugger, torpedo bat. And I was like, okay, like I can be that guy. I can be the one to buy it and then resell it immediately to an excited independent league ball player somewhere.
I'm already trying to think of how I can use torpedo when it's not torpedo bat. The ice. Let's see. The Bees' chances of winning were torpedoed when they struck out 19 times tonight.
That'd be the best.
Or every single lefty is going to torpedo some balls into the berm with that wind tonight.
At the end of this season, what was this season for the Isotopes, Josh?
Champagne.
Yeah.
Boom.
Champagne. We smelled like champagne. Need new carpet in the clubhouse.
Didn't they just they just remodeled?
Yeah, that's how it always works, right? You get something new and then it gets ruined. So yeah, that's how it's going to work.
Yeah. Put the plastic down, make it look like Dexter. Just get that whole thing, get ready for it.
Champagne.
That'd be a special thing, wouldn't it?
Imagine if they won the first half and the second half and the PCL title and the AAA championship. What if there was 4 celebrations?
And
mind you, we haven't finished above 500 since 2013.
I'm
talking
aware.
about 4 champagne celebrations.
Imagine if they bring back the AAA All-Star game and it's here at Isotopes Park, and then more dreams just come true.
Dreams.
I can help a little bit with the champagne.
Drinking it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
Have you guys ever sabered one?
I have not.
Van?
I don't think
you look
so.
like a guy who might have sabered one.
Yeah,
Definitely has not.
I'm putting actual thought into it. I don't think so.
Now, is there a specific saber, or is it just like a machete?
No, it depends on how much of a mess you want to make.
Okay.
I've seen it in person. I've never done it myself. And I've seen people glass broken, champagne everywhere, and then I've seen a nice clean.
I can't come up with any examples of when I think a sword would better a situation.
Yeah. I love all 10 of my fingers. Value
Says
them.
the guy who's been working on his house nonstop and demoing the whole thing.
Yeah. I got glue on my hand right now.
How about all this wind blew shingles off my roof today?
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So the insurance guy comes out like right away, the adjuster, and we're having the talk or whatever.
Having the talk.
And it's hey man, I got this thing right here. He's like, what'd you say your name was? I go, your name's Fred. Thanks for coming. He looks down at the piece of paper. He goes, Oh, from that talk show. I go, yeah, from that talk show. And I go, thanks for being a friend of the show. He goes, no, I don't listen. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, at least he knew the show.
Does this help my adjustment or not?
Did he say he listens to the morning show?
Is
he listening to one of the shows?
Yeah,
Is he listening to my show?
Yeah,
Does he listen to Rome or anybody?
Fred from the show is like, do you know Josh Sushan?
Does he book in? Does he start with the question to me is, whenever you do, Josh, run into those people out in the community, is it immediately they know it's the Isotopes broadcast that they know you from, or do you play the guessing game?
It's usually the guessing game.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I'll never forget this one guy. He's like, what I thought you looked like, and he's reaching up as high as he could.
Oh,
what you do look like, and he's reaching down as low
no.
as he can. He's doing like a yoga stretch, and I'm like, nice to meet you. Next.
So I'm just trying to get at this Albertsons, sir.
Is it Isotopes, or did I match with your sister on Tinder? Like, which one is it, Sush?
Live from the ballpark, the weather's rolling in, the fans are rolling in. There will be baseball tonight.
No traveling music.
Yeah, no delay at all in the start of this one. So hurry up to the ballpark. Josh, final words?
Welcome back to the ballpark. 2 men on, friends of the show. Come on out. And I love doing these crosstalks with you and can't wait to do a whole bunch more the next 6 months.
I mean, this was a quick one. It wasn't a torpedo per se, but it was quick. Isaiah back at the studio.
Go Topes and go Rocky.
Boy, I like that. Van Nunley, final words?
Oh, my goodness. Too much for the time allotted, my friend. Anything we didn't cover, make sure you check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff and JJ.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you tomorrow, Burke.